Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading a post from r/lose If you're new here, please tap that subscribe button below for more weight loss stories and to join our awesome community, the Narwhals. This is why you thought skinny people eat more than me. Back in high school, I had a skinny friend. Let's call her S. We used to get dinner together at the noodle shop across the street from school. We would order the same thing, I'll eat half of it, and she will finish the whole thing. She was at least 30 pounds lighter than me, who had been overweight since I was 14. Sound familiar? S used to be the reason that I thought I had a genetically crappy metabolism. If, at 17 years old, literally the peak of heightened metabolism, I gained more weight than someone who ate twice as much, isn't there no hope for me? Aren't I just genetically flawed? I thought like that until I realized all the differences between S and me that I simply failed to consider. 1. I only ever ate dinner with her, never breakfast or lunch, so I've never thought about whether she ate breakfast at all or how much she ate during the rest of the day. Maybe she skipped breakfast and therefore unintentionally practiced intermittent fasting, like I'm intentionally practicing now, and maybe she never ate as much refined carbohydrates as I did during breakfast and lunch. I simply didn't know. Instead, I assumed that she ate 2 more big meals during the day, just like the big carb-heavy dinners we shared. Y'all know what happens when we assume. 2. I've never seen her eat a snack. Never. Our school was so big that there was a tiny convenience store on campus that carried basic stationery and snacks. I would be in there every afternoon picking out some sugar-filled crap in shiny packaging. Not her. This means that she didn't experience the blood sugar spikes that cause her body to release insulin and store fat, whereas I did. Being 17 didn't negate that. 3. Every free period, I would stay in the classroom and study, while S is out on the playground, just running around and playing with other kids. I used to think that grades were the only thing that mattered, and running around shedding like children was pointless. I didn't consider that this meant that S basically got a workout session almost every day, whereas I didn't. And this already means that she had burned the extra calories before dinner, and therefore could eat it back without creating a surplus. 4. I always stayed up late studying. At 17, I was sleeping 6 hours or less per night to get better grades. I didn't know the impact sleep deprivation had on hunger and satiety hormone imbalance. Lack of sleep can make us more stressed and therefore store more fat, be more hungry for no reason, and crave more sugary food to get that energy high. If S was sleeping soundly 8 hours per night, she simply didn't have these problems. 5. S was by far the slowest eater in our friend group. We would all be done and chattering like, well, teenage girls, and she would still be eating. And no one really minded because we had so much to gossip and complain about, we just waited. And this habit of slow eating probably means that even when we eat the same things, her food is fully masticated and fully processed by saliva enzymes. And this would improve her digestion and help her remain more sensitive to hunger and satiety cues. I'm a 33-year-old adult now, and after so many trials and errors of losing and gaining weight, I'm finally experiencing some sustained success through consistent exercise and a high-protein, low-carb dietary structure. I wish I didn't waste so much time blaming my metabolism and envying the lucky ones. When we're trapped in the blame everyone else mentality, we're only wasting a valuable time that could have been used to learn and improve. Yep, I'm friends with a couple who are both huge food fanatics, always cooking, baking, talking about food, and down to try new restaurants where they both order and finish huge dinners. They're both slender, so I chalked it up to genetics. Then I went on a group vacation with them. It turns out they both skip breakfast, share a tiny lunch meant for one person, and then go all in for dinner, which is the big social meal. They don't do it on purpose, it's just the way they are. They basically split a day's worth of food between 2 people. Blew my mind. A lot of skinny people have skinny habits. Like my roommate, she was a stick and she would have the same Sour Patch bag for months and would eat one at a time. She didn't feel the need to eat the whole bag like I would if I bought them. And this right here is what has always mystified me. As soon as I get a treat, I feel like I have to finish the whole dang thing. I feel like if I could correct this particular behavior, things would be so much easier, but I'm a compulsive eater. I had an obese roommate in my late 20s when I was very skinny. She often complained that we ate roughly the same amount, but I was thin and she was fat. And she was right, we did eat roughly the same amount. But I'm a 6-foot tall man and she was a 5'4" woman. And we'd go to Starbucks almost daily and sometimes multiple times per day, and I'd have a black coffee and she'd have a venti caramel macchiato, triple caramel. I saw this with my mother-in-law. When I first met her, we'd eat dinner together and she would eat a huge portion, like 2 plates mounted full. She's super thin and so is everyone else in the family. To say I was envious would be an understatement. And then I started spending full days with her. One day we were remodeling a kitchen together. She had tea for breakfast. At lunch, she proclaimed she was starving. I said that I'd make lunch, but she said that she'd find food. She ate a small square of brie and 7 grapes. That's it. She didn't eat again until a huge dinner. It was eye-opening. And this makes me think of all the times supermodels, Instagram influencers, and celebrities post about their food, like Gigi Hadid eating a pizza. And people look at it and comment, OMG, it's not fair that she can eat like that and not gain weight. But we know from people leaving the industry, or those who are honest, that many of them starve themselves and do cardio exercises 1 to 2 times a day, and don't get their normal cycles. Just because you see one meal, it doesn't mean that that's the real diet. No one, not even Gigi Hadid, can eat poorly for every meal, every day, and not gain weight. If I had $1 for every time someone complained to me about having a bad metabolism or someone else having a good metabolism, I wouldn't need to work for the rest of 2020. There's no such thing. The biggest differences in metabolism between you and any other person are height, weight, muscle mass, and activity level. The bigger those stats, the more energy the body requires, therefore the more you can eat. Some other things the skinny friends usually do that the fat person doesn't: move a lot. I was always the girl wanting to take the bus for 2 stops, and they were always the ones wanting to walk. I love veggies. My skinny friends would regularly eat veggie stews that I genuinely found to taste disgusting as a teenager. Share food. My sister-in-law once said at Sunday dinner with her and my husband's parents that she eats like a horse and just has a fast metabolism. I laughed a little because I was finally old enough and experienced enough to realize the following, and then pointed out to her that while we had both taken small plates, 1, she had left space in between her foods, steak, potatoes, and broccoli that night. 2, I had not. 3, she left food on her plate. 4, I did not. 5, I went back for seconds, and 6, she did not. She doesn't have a fast metabolism, she has a reasonable appetite. I do not. I was just talking about this with someone. When I worked in an office, I used to go to the soup and salad buffet with Amy. Amy loved to eat. She was always grazing at her desk, and she was slender as could be, maybe an American size 4 or so. The soup and salad buffet was a misnomer. They also had all kind of pasta, pizza, and many other things. Amy's plate would be loaded with greens, and she would get vegetable soup. Amy rarely cleaned her plate. My plate would be loaded with white flour carbs, covered in cheese with a little salad on the side that I put there for a show. I never got soup. For dessert, because you know they had a dessert bar, Amy would get 1 cookie, eat half of it, and leave the other half on her plate. Compare that with the 4 cookies on my plate, and I would eat them all. Yes, Amy grazed, she snacked, but I doubt she ate more calories than I did. Also note that skinny people don't always have healthy eating habits. A former coworker and good friend of mine always ate chocolate in the office, like entire bars of it, perhaps sharing a bit with me or others, but the majority she ate herself. I used to be so jealous of how she could eat all that chocolate and be so skinny. However, while I got to know her better, it turned out she was always so busy that she didn't have time to do grocery shopping and was too frugal to spend money on takeout. So she had days without any proper meals. So then that office chocolate would be all that she ate in one day. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like much, and she often got sick. In any case, she didn't feel hungry either because she was always busy overworking and going to places to see people and bike long distances for fun. And now, when I see a skinny person eat a lot or eat a lot of something bad, I remind myself that I am not seeing the full picture. I'm eating regularly and full meals. If I eat a lot of snacks or an entire pizza extra, it's too much. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our Reddit community. To join our Reddit community, just open the description below. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories, and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. Username 2814 says, a quick non-scale victory. This hooded shirt was almost too small for me at my heaviest. What a difference 60 pounds can make. Bandit Deluxe says, I'm officially halfway there. 50 pounds down in almost 6 months, and I feel amazing. I haven't worn shorts in years because I felt so self-conscious, and now look at me. A Goat says, 320 pounds to 220, 40 more to go. Thanks for sharing, Featured Narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more weight loss stories and to join our friendly community, the Narwhals. Thanks for watching, Narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.